Good night. Here one time, son. I got this good. I ain't got this good all the time. My name is Simon J. Spirits Divine. I'm here to give you news on tonight. Um, First we're gonna talk about hate crime. This is the hardest year ever, and we never will forget. We ain't gonna never forget this year here. So I see that this world is divided. You know, with hate. We cannot engage or provoke violence, that would turn to hate crime. A statement was made that you're not welcome here, and when someone shouted, your policy caused this hate crime. You know, Someone had shouted in the crowd, that policy had caused the hate crime. So Ron DeSantis, he signed into a law bill, that target hate crime, following anti-Semitism, incident across the Florida. So anti-Semitism, is a certain prescription of Jews, which may be expressed as a hatred towards Jews, an idea in Florence. So Ron DeSantis has signed a legislation, to combat hate crime, while on a trip to Israel. So that's what this word came from, Israel. It came up with this bill while he was in Israel. Answer Sema. It goes way back in Israel time. A bill that target to for hate crime. So a new bill cracking down. He have a new bill that's cracking down on hate crime for legislature to make it a felony for hate group to harass people for their religion or race. So after that, that was a fatal shoot. Three black people at Florida store, in a hate crime. So yeah, we have to stop making statements of policy that would be targeted to the hate crime. You know, the hate the hate have to go. You know, you can't kill innocent people because you hate them because of their race. You know, at some point, we have to come together. Especially as leaders, we can't engage the crime but make peace. So I just talked about that yesterday about putting policies together. You know, we have to put policies together. They're gonna we can't stop the crime, but we can restore decent policy that will not cause crime but prevent crime from happening. That's the kind of policy we have to put together. We don't want to put policy together that gonna cause the crime and the chaos. That's not the kind of policy we want to put together. You know, we we uh we put the policy together to tighten up the rules, against the gun violence, ban assault weapon, in the sales, gun permit, you need a permit to carry a gun, 20 years old to purchase a gun, background check. This all the kind of stuff that I'm gonna have a list, a whole lot of policy that needs to be restored before 2024 get here. We have to stop the hate. Now we all are equal. We all equal. And we have to come together at some point. No hate crime. Hate. No policy that will cause a crime. But let's just have peace. Let's put the policies together that will not cause any kind of conflict, and no kind of crime. When you say certain things, you're not welcome, and you're putting certain kind of policies out. That's targeted, for someone who may not be in their right mind, to pick up on your words and do action. So we have to be cautious of what we say to the public. We have to be cautious of what kind of policy we put together. We have to put policies together, that will help prevent the crime, not cause the crime. So that's on that. I need to talk about Alabama. You know, Alabama must redraw a country's, map to include more black voters. You know, like think that was last month. They was getting that close to victory. And then all of a sudden they have not redraw another map. For the new district. They have not. So a panel of three federal justices blocked Alabama new country's map. Tuesday. After Lawmaker, failed to create, a second district. They had to create a second district for the new map. So where black voters at least came close. They came close. I had thought they had came to make it, complete. So they had 27% of Alabama residents are black. By creating a black district. Because you got to be in a district in order to vote. Create a black district so they will be able to vote to have this take place. Now you have to redraw a new map for this to happen. So I request that you all create a new black district. We have to have this done this year. Voting this next year. We need everyone to vote. Everyone is equal, to vote, have the right to vote. So we need to get all this here straight before next year. So I request to redraw a new map. Redraw a new map to include more black voters. They all have to be in a district, in a map to vote. All African America have equal rights to vote. So we talked about this hate crime that have to try to control. And all leaders, leaders like government and federal, all this, you can't say, you got to watch certain words that you say to the public. Because certain people might not be in their right mind and it's going to take on what you say and they're going to react on it. So they're going to react on it. So your new bill seemed like it caused chaos. Because you was in Israel, and T-Sama is something that had to describe way back in Israel. And when they used that, they hated, they hated Israel. And so that's what that came about. So someone else, who did the crime know what that word mean. So that came up, so that goes way back to Israel time. A bill that target hate crime. Because that's what they had went between each other in Israel. And they hated each other. So your new bill is cracking down on hate crime. You're making that felony. For hate groups and harass people for their religion or race. But we have to come up with policy that will not cause conflicts. So we also talk about Alabama. They have to redraw, a new map. They have to redraw a new map. Apparently, they have to redraw a new map, a second district, for black voters, to vote, because you have to be in the district to vote, and they're not even on the map, so they have to do a second district, redraw a second district for to be on the map. They got to be on the map. They got to be in a district in order for them to vote. If they're not on the map, they're not in a district, they cannot vote. We need all this to happen this year so they can be ready to vote for next year. So that's all the news I have for you today. I see y'all be safe and I see y'all in the next video.